Hey, what's up, guys? Tuki here, back again, and it is playoff time for the Finns yet again. Now, I'm not certain that this is going to be a long episode, not certain that we're going to win. Matter of fact, I'm expecting us to be swept. I'll be honest, that's the mindset going into this. 3-6-1 in our last 10 games heading into the playoffs. We choke away a chance to move over to the Atlantic side of the bracket, and as a result, we're the 8th seed. We have to take on the Murderers Row, known as the New York Islanders, which is just Jesus. I mean, come on. At least I'm saying Murderers Row isn't. I expect like their top 2 defense pairs to be amazing. I expect their top 6 to be amazing. I expect their goaltending to be amazing. So, yeah. I'm not going to lie and be like, yep, we got this. We got this. It would be an upset if we get the win here today, which is a shame, again, when you talk about the fact that we're in the home stretch of the series. Now, last year, of course, we reworked the team after failure and missed opportunity and disappointment, also known as a misappointment. After misappointment and misappointment, we blow up the team, we rebuild it, we make the playoffs, we do okay. This year, it's like, okay, we know who we're running with, and it just doesn't click, and then it starts to click when we scratch guys like Hamalainen and Kiprusoff, which is shocking, and then down the stretch, we blow it anyway. Of course, the deadline, we reacquire Thomas Heikola and Rasmus Ristolainen. Actually, in fairness, that was the old off-season last year. You get the point. We reacquired 2 defensemen because we needed to, because none of the other guys, mainly the 2 low elites that we wanted to take over for these 2 who were a part of those previous misappointments, as we're going to call it from now on. I just want to win. I just want to win. That's all I want to do. I just want to win. Help me win, Finland. Please. Let's stop stalling. Let's take a look at the Islanders. See if we are indeed dealing with said Murderers Row. And we'll get down to business. The New York Islanders. Oh boy. Okay. That's not as bad as I thought, as bad for us as I thought. You have Nikita Morozov, who's 30. Former first-round pick. Ridiculous offensive awareness. Ridiculous shooting category. 79 points this year. Okay. Boy, in the last 2 seasons, he just turned into a killer. My God. Centered by Matt Barzal, which I don't really think we need to be like, oh, Matt Barzal, how good is he? He's been pretty good. Had that one down season 3 years ago. But, yeah, he's pretty damn good. And then Oliver Wahlstrom. We know that created players just light the world on fire, and yeah, that's what he's been doing. Good. The second line, however, there's a little bit of optimism there. Victor Arvidsson, who's 37 at this point, still had a 50-point season and 24 goals, which is scary, but Victor Arvidsson, Dave Brown, all 5'8" of them, top 5 pick. A few years ago, coming off of a 78-point season, 41 goals. And then Josh Ho-Sang, still an Islander, which I think if you were to tell Josh Ho-Sang, hey, you're going to be with this Islanders team until 2030, he would cry and cry and cry. 39-point season for him. Third line, pretty well-rounded, admittedly. The 2 wingers on the third line are better than the 2 wingers on the second line for whatever reason. But you have Christian Vesalainen, who is coming off of a 55-point season. He has put up at least 54 points for the past 5 years, so that's horrifying. Theo Rochette, the Rochette. 29 points on the third line, not too crazy, but when you consider the point getters on the team, I guess it's not that surprising. And Brendan Perlini with 28 points. I can understand why Perlini's a third liner, but why Vesalainen's a third liner, I have no idea. And the fourth line is pretty good for a fourth line. Arturi Lehkonen, Nathan Noel, and Rocky Molson. What a name. Not going to take a look at the stats for them. You know what? No, I will. Why not? Why not? We got to get this episode over 10 minutes because the second I start the series, we're just going to get killed. And it would be a very short video. Noel put up 36 points on the fourth line, liking him with 22. Yikes. Defensively. So, should we just give up now? Should we just call it an episode? What do you think? See you guys in the next one for the off-season episode? Sound good? The top 6 isn't as dominant as I thought, but that is the best computer-built defense core I think I've ever seen. Duke Sparingus and 32-year-old Charlie McAvoy. Cody Tutu and Manuel Stutzel. Ryan Pulock with Dante Fabro. Who's the goaltender? Ronald Lamb, 26 years old. 920 save percentage this past year. He's capable of a 930. We're so done. This team might have been able to make something happen. But when you just choke down the stretch and now you have to face this team, I can't fake optimism here. We are screwed until further notice. Let's get this series underway. Oh, God. This is the worst. Oh, this is just the worst. Like, I'm trying to think of an analogy for this. It's like, okay, say you're a boxer and you're going up against Tyson in his prime, and you're like, oh, I'm screwed. And then they write a rule where it's like, oh, well, he can't hit you in the face. And you're like, oh, okay, well, but still he can hit me in the body. I'm still screwed. That's how this feels. There's no room for optimism here. First period of game 1. We get a goal apiece. Brad Lambert and Brendan Perlini. Way to go, Brad. Get that hope up there. Second period, we have a lead. You're not fooling me, game. You are not fooling me. I ain't biting. I am a food connoisseur, as my chins confirm. I'm not biting on this. Jokela and Ludman with the goals. We're up 3-1. Let's go to the third period. And we'll see if we can win the Stanley Cup by beating the Islanders in the first game of this series, because that will be the equivalent of us winning the Stanley Cup this year, don't you know? So we let a couple of power play chances go to waste. Brad Lambert makes it a 3-goal game. And we take game 1 against the Islanders because this game has a sick sense of humor and wants to toy with my emotions. Not gonna let it happen. Lambert and Ludman were involved with all 4 goals. Jukalaxo with a 34 save shutout. And the Finns take game 1 on the road. Again, not getting my hopes up. Not gonna do it. You're not fooling me, EA. Not happening. Not doing it. Game 2. Here comes the ass kicking. Here it comes. It's like a bully that just pats you on the head and says, not today, but it's still coming. I know it's still going to happen. I'm going to get stuffed into this locker and it's going to suck. First period of game 2. See? I told you. Noel, Arvidsson, and Molson. 3-0 Islanders at the end of the first. Let's get that second period over with. We get a goal back. It's Lamala on the fourth line. And we go to the third period down by 2. And now it's 3. Morozov scores. If they get a power play goal here, I'm simming the rest of it quickly. Wallstrom makes it 5. We sim the rest. It ends up being a 6-2 final for the Islanders. Wallstrom scored their other goal. Piernez gets a goal. So both goals in this game for us via the fourth line. 6-2 final for the Islanders. Oh, boy. A tale of 2 games. 4-1 victory for us in game 1. 6-2 victory for them in game 2. We head to Finland. At least we'll get some of that sweet, sweet home playoff revenue. My God, I sound like the Canuck owners now. Oh, that's just terrible. No, we don't need to rebuild. We need to get those 2 games of playoff revenue rather than rebuilding so that we can get many more games of playoff revenue. Oh, I'm sorry, Canucks fans. I had to resort to taking shots at your owners because I'm depressed. We're going to lose. Let's go to game 3. I'm not going to make any lineup changes yet. I mean, we've won 1. We've lost 1. We have won more games, or should I say game, than I thought we would. First period of Game 3, and it's only a 2-1 Islanders lead this time. They got the first 2 goals. Brown scored both of them. Osplund gets us back into it theoretically. They outshot us 15-6. Second period. You see, this is why. This is why I didn't get excited when we won Game 1. It was a trap. And I was not going to fall for it. 6-2, let's quick sim the third period. 6-3 final. The Islanders score 6 goals in back-to-back games. A hat trick for Brown. 2 more goals from Wahlstrom. And they shake off losing Game 1 by outscoring us 12-5 over the next 2 games. Jesus. Oh, God. Now, there wasn't a delay in uploads over the past few days just because, like, I wasn't looking forward to this. But I knew this was coming, so it wasn't like I was like, yeah, let's go, let's record this. I can't wait. Oh my God. That second line has just been absolutely obliterated. The third line was doing all right. The fourth line's been quiet. Kind of. At least Borgstrom's been quiet. I don't know if there's really any changes worth making. I mean, that second line's just been abysmal. There's been nothing there from that second line, and there's been nothing from Borgstrom. So my thought is trying to get Hämäläinen and Kipper back in. We're going to take out Borgstrom for Hämäläinen. We'll put him on the fourth line with Lamala and Koivula. And, I mean, I hate to do this, but Samu Louis hasn't been good. He's been taking penalties as well. Something has to change. Kipper can kind of sort of play center. Can Kapanen actually play center? He's a little bit better, at least. Here, let's do it that way. Let's have Kipper in on the right-hand side. And Samu, I hate to do this, buddy. I hate to do this. You've been so good for us. But it just hasn't been happening. So those are the changes we'll make on the offensive side. The defensive side, I mean, that's fairly straightforward. We'll go Kuka, Virtanen, Kervinen, Sarenheimo. And I think we're going to turn to Hakkarainen for Game 4. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? We are down 2-1 in the series. Will it be 3 after this game? Let's find out. First period, and it's only a 1-0 Islanders lead, but an Islanders lead nonetheless. Oliver Wahlstrom scores again. Second period, it's tied. A goal apiece. Jokinen scores. So finally, someone on that second line is able to get a point. We go to the third period, tied at 1. Is there a nope. Is there a miracle waiting to happen? Nope. No, there isn't. Josh Hosang gives the Islanders the lead as we approach the halfway point of the third period. Is there anything to be done? 5.5 minutes left. Brad Lambert scores. He's trying his damnedest to keep us in this. Ludman scores. Is that enough? It is. The top line. 2 goals in 2 minutes and 1 second. They give us the lead. And the win. 3-2 final in Game 4. Hakkarainen with 42 saves. This series is tied at 2 games apiece. I'm still not getting my hopes up. I refuse. I refuse. I will not, no, this is not a hook, line, and sinker situation. I refuse to be baited into this. It's not going to happen. We go to Game 5 back in New York, Brooklyn, Belmont, wherever the hell they're playing at this point in time in 2030. Who the hell knows? First period of Game 5 is scoreless. I think that's the first time we've had a scoreless first period in this series. Second period is not scoreless. Lehkonen gets the opening goal. Jokinen and Ludman score to make it 2-1 as we begin the third period with the lead here in Game 5. I'm still not falling for anything. It's not going to happen. I'm not getting my hopes up. Ludman scores again to make it 3-1. Power play chance. Kippersoff scores to make it 4-1. I'm not getting my hopes up. Ferlini makes it 4-2. I'm going to drive my teeth through my teeth. 5-2. The Eagles have a 3-2 series lead. See you for Game 7 back in New York. Hakkarainen, 37 saves. 2 goals for Ludman. And we go back home for Game 6 with a chance to end this series. I would argue it's a very, very small, minute chance, but technically, it's a chance. Let's do this. Get this over with, because Game 7's gonna happen. That's not a question, that's a statement. I'm not falling for it, EA. I'm not doing it. First period, scoreless. Second period, not scoreless. Lambert and Kapanen. We have a 2-0 lead as we head to the third period in a game where technically we could eliminate the Islanders, although I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Lehkonen scores. Jokinen gets it right back 58 seconds later. We're up 3-1 halfway through the third period. 8 minutes. 7. Power play. Nothing. 4. 3-2. No. Jokela scores. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not doing it. Oh my God, we just beat the Islanders. Of course we did. The Espo Eagles have upset the President's Trophy winning New York Islanders in 6 games. 5-2 final. The Eagles are moving on. Juha Hakkarainen, I am sorry that I ever doubted you and brought back a different goaltender, because clearly that wasn't the right decision. You were the man we should have trusted all along, and you will be the man that we trust moving forward. 3 starts, 3 wins. Of course, he had an appearance, once Loxo had been pulled in a game. Juha Hakkarainen. Unbelievable effort. The forward core. Jokela, 8 points in 6 games. 9 points, 5 goals in 6 games for Brad Lambert. 10 points in 6 games for Tommy Ludman. That first line was mad as hell, and they weren't going to take it anymore. The second line woke up to the point where somehow they weren't minus players anymore. Mika Jokinen with 3 goals. At least Jokinen wasn't. Kapanen with 2 points. And the addition of Tommy Kiprasov made all the difference in the world. Asplund on the third line with 5 points. 5 points for Norton. 3 points for Mika Pirnez. On the fourth line, 1 point for Koivula. Nothing from Hämäläinen, but that is okay. And the 2 goals from Lumala. I think technically we could get Borgström and Samuel Louis back in the team if we wanted to on that fourth line. But at this point, I'm just going to be happy that we won. Again, no real point production amongst our defensemen, which has been a curse for this team no matter who the hell we've used. But when you have offensive firepower that can do what they are capable of doing, you don't necessarily need your defensemen to put up points. We just beat the Islanders in 6 games. I hate to even say this, to even ponder this. Is this our year? Is this our year? We'll be taking on the Devils or the Caps in the next round. But we have slain the dragon, that damn Puff the Magic Dragon wannabe of a mascot that they have. And we are moving on. Will it be Washington or New Jersey? It is going to be New Jersey. They have home ice advantage. That didn't work out too well for the Islanders. Shockingly, I will see you in the next episode, where it will not be an off-season episode. We'll be taking on New Jersey. How the hell did we just win?